R&B Money. We up. Thanks. Valentine. We are the authorities on all things R&B.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tank.
I'm Valentine.
And this is the R&B Money Podcast, the authority on all things R&B.
Come on, talk to him. Talk to him.
I'm sick of your shit.
What the hell is going on?
I want to hear your vocal.
If they got them.
I want to hear your train raw, flat-footed, turn the machines off.
Dolphin notes.
Dolphin note. Vocal.
They know who on today. They know.
You know.
Yeah. Because I got on the same clothes twice. I don't do that. I only do that when we got to double up.
You have not seen a combination of beauty and gift and intellect ever. Standing on that. She's in the building.
Yeah.
My. Chante Moore.
Yeah!
Woo! Shit!
It's real singing in the building.
Damn it, Chante. You can fucking sing.
Ain't no
You can
question.
fucking sing.
No question.
No questions asked. Listen, we're going to get into the history of it. But we were on a show, I think this was the BET Awards.
Yes, it was.
You took a like tumble as well.
And nobody knows that. I haven't ever put that out.
But you an athlete too. I didn't know you had that in you. You put that one hand down and
Wish y'all would.
and still carried the ball to finish.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you proceed. Was this 2022?
22.
You proceeded to show us the difference.
Man. I remember it's like it's yesterday. I was like,
Me too.
you hear this?
And it was like the room was even the room was confused. Like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah.
That's what's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, let's do it again.
Because I fell down.
And listen, cool.
No problem.
No problem.
No
Well,
problem.
Oh, you want it again?
I can do this all day.
I can do this all night. Cause this is what I do.
Yeah.
You are what you are. You're gifted, of course, by immeasurably, right? But the work that you have put into your gift speaks volumes, because every time you open your mouth, it is like,
Thank you.
see. And I've known you for such a long time. You're like the coolest, nicest person, and maybe Steven feels differently. Maybe you show him another side. Maybe he can tell us some other stories. And man, I'm telling you, bro. He was in the car the other night. But it's like that gift, that beauty, that everything that comes along with you, for you to have always been as gracious and welcoming and awesome of a person that you are every time that I've come in contact with you for the last 15, 20 years, whatever. It's just incredible. Just incredible. Like I come from a place where, you know what I'm saying, if you got all the tools as a woman, oh, you stuck all the way up. What? You know you hey girl, yeah, whatever. Like I come from that. No, super turned up. And you've just with everything that you have, with all the gifts God has given you, you've never been that. And I think that's the other layer that's even more awesome about you. So I just wanted to make sure we throw those flowers at you at the top of the pod so people can understand who and what is sitting in the hot seat. Now let's go. Where does this start? Like I feel like you've been singing since you were like 1.5. That's just my guess. If I had to guess, I would say she was holding harmonies at 2.
Well, I love to sit. First of all, thank you for having me here.
Absolutely.
Of
This
course.
is pretty
Yes.
awesome.
Of course.
Yeah.
You want to
fans
tell the
and
people how I
family.
used to be chasing you down to come on the show? One day I'm just over Tour Boulevard. I see her and her husband. I'm like, it's Valentine. It's me.
You did.
What's up?
And then we were like, yes, please, and yes. So thank you for having me here. I
course.
appreciate that. Singing, I love music, so it's always been something that I played. It was on a little phonograph. It was on that little album thing my godmother got me to play records on, and I'd play them and sing and dance. And what is not commonly known is that my family was all musicians. My mother sang. My father's a pianist. He's still living. My mother's passed on. My sister is the most talented out of all of us. She sings and plays guitar. She plays the piano. She can play the drums. She writes. She draws. She does everything.
Your
That's my
sister is
older
Prince.
sister. Kind of like that.
Your sister's Prince.
It was a lot, and that's what it was when I was growing up. My brother's was a drummer. He passed on as well, but he used to play with DJ Rogers and the guys from Crouches, all the Crouches.
Oh no,
Anyway,
he's a real drummer.
yeah, he was. Yeah. And so I was the baby of the family, and so they were just, shut up. Just shut up, Chanté. Because I was always running in for the camera and running. I want to play. I'll sing it. They're like, shh, baby, just be quiet. So my mother got me a tape recorder when I was about 7. She was like, this is so you can hear how bad you sound, baby.
You know what?
Wow.
And it's okay because I never took offense to any of it. They were like, shut up. I was like, I'll just go to my room. You ain't got to. I don't care. And so I
Ain't no
went, and there's
stopping.
tapes of me. Actually, on one of my albums, I have this thing where I'm talking in the middle. On Shanté's Got a Man, whatever album that is. This moment's mine. And you see it says Chanté at 7. It was literally me going, so you are the only thing I could talk to is you. And so I'm just talking into my tape recorder. And
Still had that tape.
I still, yeah.
Wow.
But I wasn't the singer. I was in the choir at 12. They let me be in the choir, but I was just in the choir. I wasn't the soloist. My sister was the one who would sing and slay them. My mom sang before my dad preached, and she'd slay it, and it was just like, shh. I was
So
with
you a
the energy.
PK too?
Yeah, I thought I was a preacher.
I didn't know we really followed that same. All these years, I didn't know that. Like we followed that same.
They told you you couldn't sing either?
Oh, I couldn't play my cousin's drums.
Oh.
I would get on the piano. Get off that piano, Darrell.
Yep.
And my cousin Keisha, my first cousin, she was the soloist. She was the one that got all the solos.
Yep.
My mama sang, my grandmama sang, all of my big cousin Shells, all of them was my cousin Alfonso. They was the singers, and I was the kid trying to just get a little piece. Like if I could get,
Can I be
get
on
in
it?
here,
No?
I'd sneak into while they were singing.
Yeah.
And as you said that like, hear how bad you sound, I had a solo one time. I had fought for this solo. My grandmother fought for this solo for me. And I sang this solo, Jesus, You're the Center of My Joy, in front of the whole state Congress, which my grandmother was the dean of. And I'm singing my lead, and it was 2 other older guys singing lead with me. And toward the middle of the song, I just felt like I was getting boxed out from the microphone. I didn't know what that was. I was like, well, let me just sing to their shoulders and maybe it'll get through. And after that, we walk into the car. My Auntie Betty, God rest her soul, she was the one who teaching us how to sing, junior choir, all that. I was like, Auntie Betty, how I sound? She's like, you was off, baby. You was real
nice,
off.
honest. Okay.
Didn't deter me one bit.
Not one
I was like,
bit.
okay,
Okay,
I gotta
I'm
work
gonna
on
do
that.
better.
All right, y'all gotta work. And I went back and I kept doing until I figured it out. Same thing.
The process.
The process.
It's the love for the music for me.
Yeah.
It's not about, I didn't think I was going to become a singer. That wasn't even, I thought I was going to be a ballerina. And then I thought I was going to be a gymnast. And then I thought, I'll just draw. I didn't know. I didn't think singing was an option at that point.
And where are you? Where are you from?
I'm the baby of the family in San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Come on, hey, dog. Come on, come on, dog.
But
Come on,
real.
dog.
Okay, so I see you. I see you proud.
Yeah,
I see.
Man, you know Chante Moore from San Francisco, right? Niggas start talking about singers. I'm like, you know who we got, right?
Hey.
We got Chante.
That's a hell of a Pokemon card. You thought, what you gonna fight that with?
That's good stuff. I love it. And that was the thing that they didn't deter me from loving the music. I could only listen to gospel music as a kid because my dad and mom were like not having it. And then when my brother turned 18, he had a drum set already in the garage, but when he turned 18, he could play other music. So we just started going into the garage. And I can play the drums, which I haven't done a lot of, but because he said, don't touch them. And every time he left home, I would.
That made you touch the drum.
So, but that was just where the love came from. And then hearing Minnie Riperton, eventually realizing other people did the thing I thought was a broken part of my voice. I thought it was broken because Tremaine couldn't sing, that the real, and I would try to do that with Walter and her and Andre Crouch and all those people. I love singing with singers, and I couldn't do that full voice, and I didn't have anybody to ask because they weren't going to tell me how to do it because they were like, you just be quiet. And one of my aunties used to say, "You good thing you cute because the singer you ain't."
Because a singer you ain't.
I make them eat those words now, though. I do.
Way.
Yeah, but my point was what? Oh, I would go over the note. Like if they do and they went at full voice, I would just up on top of that because that was all I knew. And so I thought that was broken. So I didn't even let anybody know I could do that because I didn't think it was something to be proud of. It was just what I did to get through the song with them.
What?
Yeah, I didn't know. So that's how it started.
A wild discovery. Yeah. To do that. Yeah.
Man, I didn't know. So, yeah, that was it. That's where I
While you were in your room with your recorder.
In my room with my tape recorder.
Up in my room.
Yeah. So that was how I learned.
And when do you get a chance, at least, to where the family is like, all right, go ahead, sing something. Let me hear what you're doing.
I sang background with my sister and my mom, like as we sang before my dad would preach. We would do that. I was the alto. But alone, a lady asked me to be Dorothy in a stage production, college production, and I was Dorothy. And she asked me to do it, and I was like, everybody always mix me and my sister up. It's Latan. I'm Chante. She's Latan. She was like, no. I know who I'm asking. And I was like, you want me to do it? I'm never scared. I was like, yeah, okay, sure. So I said yes to being Dorothy, and we learned all the lines and singing in. My mother played what is Auntie M. She played Auntie M in the beginning, and my sister was part of the Yellow Brick Road. And so I'm doing rehearsals, and we're all sitting on the floor in this college whatever place. We were just sitting on the floor, and the guy's playing the piano, and I'm singing with him. And my sister and my mother look at me, and they start looking at each other. And I was like, what's wrong? I'm singing like Home or whatever, the Be a Line. I don't even remember what song it was. And they were like, when did you learn how to sing? I was like, I can sing. I was 16. I'm like, really? I can do it? I can. Okay. So that was the moment I realized that they thought I could sing. And then performing the Home. At the end is when I got bitten with the bug, the performance bug, and they clapped. I was like, "Oh yeah, Mama could deal with that. I can do. I
like this."
And you had just been in your shed, just working on it.
Well, I didn't know I was working on it.
You didn't know you were working on it, but there's maybe this unconscious thing where, you're just waiting for this approval, like. I wanted Auntie Betty to say, I could finally sing so bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like I loved it. So that's why I was doing it. But at the same time,
you were looking for that.
Auntie Betty was the bar.
Right.
And
your mother and your sister were the bar. For you.
I thought it was the approval of that I can carry a note. Mm-hmm. It still wasn't the I'm going to do this for a living.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, not even with it.
Just loving it. And I was like, oh, I'm on
you
key.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. 2 thumbs up. I didn't know.
Did you kill it?
You know what? There was a tape of it a long time ago, and I don't know if I did or didn't. I think I did good enough. Yeah,
They
it was
clapped.
good enough.
Yeah.
They did. They clapped, and it was the moment I thought this could be something I could do for a living. But I thought, one song don't make an artist.
Right,
You know?
because you also you're like it's not
one
like
in a
an
million.
outlet,
Yeah.
visible of like.
Yeah, it was not even in my realm. So I didn't even think.
Yeah,
of it
because
like that.
the other part about that too, and it may be a little different for you, Tank, where most people don't realize how small San Francisco is and the small community of Black people.
Oh yeah.
So we don't even have athletes, especially when we were coming up, that made the NFL or the NBA or the major.
Right.
Like we definitely don't have no singers. We don't have no artists really. I mean, we have a couple.
We have gospel artists.
Yes, but we don't have Marvin Gaye. If you're from
Gotcha,
DC
gotcha.
or the
Yeah,
Maryland area, you're like,
Yeah.
Marvin Gaye was, he used to be right over here doing the.
Yeah.
So it almost seemed, and I'll just give my own experience. It almost seemed impossible when my father would be talking to us about what we were going to be in music and how we were going to have careers in music, and we're like, I'm probably going to end up selling dope.
Right.
I didn't think that.
I mean, why did?
No, I'm with you.
Well, you grew up in the
church.
evangelists in the church.
It's true. Yeah.
We grew up in the church.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You was gonna do what you know.
There's a difference when you do two
Yeah.
U's and take the R out. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
a different type of church. So, but did you see that for yourself at all? Like, you're like, I'm going to make this a career for myself. Like, once you started to do it while you're in San Francisco?
No, I didn't. I knew I felt special. I don't think I thought turn it into this or that. I love to dance and perform, and whether anybody was paying attention or not, it was what my joy was. I acted songs out, and the song said, knock me down to the ground, I'll be on the floor. And then I was like, and you pick me up. And then just whatever I was singing and doing the song.
Yeah.
So
Did you have to leave
leave what?
San Francisco?
We moved to San Diego. No, we moved to San Diego when I was 12. So that was already a change. So San Diego was when I joined the choir, and middle school, and I don't know when it changed so much. Modeling, Kiki Shepard and her mother,
Kiki,
God rest her soul. Kiki and Von Gretchen was Miss Black America. They, I don't remember I know. I was in a beauty pageant called Miss Bronze, and I was 14. I was 14, and I won first runner-up in Miss Bronze, and that's what made me meet Kiki and Von, and they just loved on me. They really made me feel like family, and they said how special I was, and I started modeling. As soon as the pageant was over, I was in clubs and modeling with them and doing all that. I don't know. It was just interesting how that just unfolded into just walking and performing in clothes, and they were like, keep your head up, and just there were certain things that just came with being around them, which is crazy. I forgot about them. But yeah, they put me in the mindset of being in front of a crowd,
right?
More so than just being the goofy kid somewhere.
But are you singing still at this
no,
point?
I'm modeling.
You're not singing at all at this point.
No, I mean in my room.
Right, but you're fully focused on school
I'm in
and modeling.
I'm in high school,
Yeah.
and I'm just not really thinking of what could be. By 17, 18, I started thinking about maybe it's what I can do, because modeling is out. I'm only 5'4", so petite modeling did not take off like I thought it would, and so my mother was always thinking out of the box. So she was like, "What do you want to do? Whatever that is, let's work on that." So modeling was it for a long time, just going out on cattle calls and trying to make it. I don't know. She always made me think of any moment could be the moment for whatever it is. When I would go to the grocery store, I'd be full on made up, and anywhere I go, it was just makeup and hair and shoes, nails, and it was just this thing my mother was always about presenting myself a particular way. And it's good. It was too much, but it was good to at least have the bar. And then once I realized you don't have to work that hard at being pretty. You know what I mean? It's not like you have to have on a bunch of makeup. What makes sometimes natural is good. My mother was always about just extra stuff. And I always call her, she was so gaudy. She always had a bunch of bracelets, earrings, and lipstick. She was doing a lot. And I think that makes me not want to do it as much. And her always feeding me and loving me so and pumping up and all of that. I was like, okay, Mama.
I'm good. Let's dial it back.
Because if I'm not on stage, I don't need all attention. I don't need it. And I think there is something in people who are performers there's a monster that gets fed on stage, and that what they want to feed that monster all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm just can we go home?
Yeah.
I just want to go home. I don't be in the bed. I watch it on TV, but
right.
I don't know. And maybe that's from not being the center of attention as a kid, or when my mother did pay attention, it was a whole lot.
A lot of it, yeah.
And it was like, shh, that you, Chanté, and Chanté is Chanté. I was like, yes, Mama. Over here is Latan, and here's Kelvin, and here's other people.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I kind of have a thing that is there when I sing, which is what I try to make it about when I'm in concert, is my voice. And I don't know. I have a thing where I got to like let myself go and be able to jump off of the cliff a little bit more often sometimes.
Right.
So, yeah. I don't even know if I answered your question, but I'm back.
No.
No, we're here for the journey. You're giving us the journey.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like we want people to understand how people get to the success and the process and the other things. You know what I mean? Most people probably don't know that you were a model at 14. They don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for us, that's a big part of our show. So we love those type of answers.
We would have thought
know
you
what I
were
mean?
winning every talent show.
Yeah, we thought you were singing in high school.
And
doing,
just
you know what I mean?
killing
Like,
them.
I did sing in the beauty pageant, though. I sang Brown Baby, Mahalia.
Oh, yeah, 'cause you gotta
Jackson's
do it
Brown
like
Baby.
another
You
You
gotta
have
do
to be
another
talent.
talent. Yeah.
So I did do that, and I sang to a little baby doll wrapped in swaddling clothes, and I sang the Brown Baby, Brown Baby. So that was the only time I had really sang anything.
That is crazy. I was
never
in
know.
high school. I was singing my face off everywhere.
I can
And
see
you
that.
just-
I can see that.
And I wish I would have.
You
It
just
would have
had
made
it
things better.
just chilling with
No,
it. Just,
it's not. But I think when I came out, I wish I'd had more preliminary work on performing live, what to do with my hands. Because at first this arm here was like you never watched the Flintstones, and the hands are always down here like this.
That's
This
how you would
arm,
be singing?
one hand, just one arm.
it was.
I was
it
just one. It was, and I'd be like, and lift it, and then it would go
What's
back.
the Mike Epps skit where you
don't
got the
Baby.
It's not cute. It's really not cute.
I know the group. I'm trying to think of the group that was performing the Flintstones from outer space.
Oh, Pebbles and Bear Bears?
No, it was a group.
they had
that
this
came
happening?
down. They were doing it.
The one
God.
they wouldn't move the arm. It was paralyzed. And so I wish that I'd had more work on how to present myself. When I watch, and the thing about it is I knew how to do my hair, my makeup. And so they were cheap. They were like, here, you do your hair and your makeup. Once I said I knew how, they were like,
she can do it.
you're not even gonna have
Chop
nobody
that out
do
of the
that.
budget.
So you see me looking like me would look, but not like I should have been styled. I should have been make-upped.
Yeah.
And people should have done those things, and I was doing it. I looked like a church girl because that's who I was.
Wow.
So my hair, I just finished doing it, and then I'd be on Showtime at the Apollo. And the dress I picked.
That's crazy.
And I just feel like I wish somebody would have done.
All the diva stuff.
You would do all of those things for sure, but I'll just tell you outside looking in, and we're going to go back to finish the story. We didn't know. Notice.
Right.
We didn't know.
Yeah.
We just like, who the fuck is that?
Right.
She's incredible. That's all we.
Thanks.
So I get it.
Yeah.
So give me the moment where where you now believe, where, you know, this you as a solo artist singer, like you circle when you finally circle back to your
Right.
great vocal.
Myself.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, you know what? I can't model. Maybe I'll sing.
Maybe I'll sing.
Maybe I'll sing. So,
Yeah.
so we never get Chante Moore if you grow to 5'9" or 5'10".
No, you probably wouldn't. No. Probably not. That would have been nice.
That would have been nice.
To be taller,
I have
I'm
those
just
dreams.
saying.
I'm just saying,
I
like,
have
yeah,
those dreams. Yeah.
the things that happen.
They can extend your legs now. They got the
They-
Man, hey, stop, bro.
I thought of
Stop.
it, but that
Oh,
looked so
Lord.
painful.
And when it looked like it took him a year to get his walking back, I said, "Nah, I'm good.
You like that's be grateful moment
I'm
number
good.
one.
I'll take this 5'10" and deal with it."
Yeah, the 5'10", I'm gonna deal with that too. 17, 18, I met a guy. I was modeling at these clubs. We had these modeling groups, and we were modeling. I forgot the name of the club, but we were modeling, and this one football player saw me and started buying all the outfits that I was in. And
What do you mean?
Whatever
we'd
she
model
modeled,
the
he bought
clothes,
them.
and people could auction. We'd auction the clothes. Like if they go, oh, $25, I was, you know, somebody go, oh, $30. Oh, okay. When I turn and post, and okay, $45. And then whenever they get the last bid, you give them the card and they get that dress. And
bought all
so
of them.
he started buying the dresses I was in. And after the modeling show, this is so bananas. I haven't thought of this forever. So afterward, I was like, oh, you know, here's all your cards and, you know, outfits go to. He was like, you. I'm like, oh, shoot. Okay. I don't even remember what happened after that. But after that,
He wanted you in outfit.
he wanted me in those outfits.
Yeah, of course.
And he heard some of my songs that I just was doing at home. And I told him I wanted to sing. And he was like, well, I'm going to build a place in my house that you just come over and sing. So I would go to his house and sing. And I don't know how this happened. This sounds so bizarre because I haven't talked about this in a long time. This is weird. But I had a keyboard and a 4-track, which turned into a 6-track recording thing. And I started just trying to create songs. And geez, wow, 17, 18, I wrote a song that's on my first album. It was called Listen to My Song. And I don't remember who even wrote the music. Oh, Lincoln was his name. But those songs just started. I don't even. Oh, wait, no, I do. It's coming back. I'm a little slow with this. This is funny.
Take your time.
Daryl Sutton was in San Diego, and I don't know how what got connected, but he had a person who had a studio, and I went in the studio and I sang some songs, and Daryl Sutton connected me to some girl. I forgot her name right now, but she was an assistant to Benny Medina, and somehow that connection happened, and they got my demo, and they said yes. And Benny Medina signed me to Warner Brother Records when I was 18. And I recorded an entire album. And after I finished it, he dropped me. And then
You did the whole album, though.
I did
Whole full project.
full project. And he dropped me, and I met El DeBarge here in LA at a stage production. I forgot where it was, though. It's in Culver City.
Because
somewhere.
when you signed to Warner Brothers, you moved to LA.
What did I do? I did not move to LA. I was still in San Diego. I recorded my album in Sacramento. I got connected to Jay King, and
King
they
Jay.
said, you know, work with him and he'll produce your record. He's hot right now, whatever. And I'm like, okay. So I did an entire project, and then actually I met Brian Morgan during that time because he was in the group Cachet d'Ivoire. And so he was signed to Jay as well. And after I finished, I did a stage production, met El DeBarge, chased El DeBarge because he was just like the most talented, and the light-skinned thing was really, really in at that time. And so I talked to his manager more than I talked to him because El was just like everywhere.
Yeah.
And his manager was Fred Moultrie, who was Prince's accountant. And so he had all these things. And Lou Gossett, he was representing him. It was a whole bunch of people on the wall. And I called him to find out, how do I get a manager? How do I get somebody who actually would take me where I need to go? Because I don't know how to do this. And he was like, I've heard your demo. I'll represent you. And I was like, get the heck out. And so we took the album I made for Warner Brothers, condensed it, and that was my demo. We went to LaFace, MCA, and it seemed like one other place. But it was the battle between LaFace and MCA Records. And Tony Braxton had just signed with LaFace. And Lul was just so gung-ho. Lul called LA and Face and asked them not to sign me because we were going to go with them because of the songwriting. And they said, okay. And that's how I ended up at MCA Records.
Wow. And this is after they write Weak about you.
Yes, during the time.
Not even say they.
Yes.
He.
That was the time where I was in Sacramento.
Right.
That's where I met him. Yeah.
How did you feel the first time you heard that record?
Or
did you even know it was about you at first?
I did. I remember the day, I don't know whose apartment it was. I think it might have been Brian's. I'm not really sure. But we were sitting and he was, because I dated J. King, which isn't well known because I rarely mention his name, but nevertheless, he said, whenever I see you with him, I hear this. And he wrote, and he said, it was a circus. And he said, and you, when you're not with him,
That's right.
I hear this. That's the first time I heard it. And he didn't play the whole thing, but that was the part he said. That was what I make him think of. And then he wrote the song and he definitely did play it for me, but.
That is so great.
Did you think it was a hit when you heard it?
I like the song, but I like Brian's songs. I love what they did with Cachet Duvall. He had songs that never came out. It was a song called Wrong, just like 5 and 5 just don't make 9. It was like Wrong. So he always had songs that were great, but I didn't know it to be a hit or not a hit. I think music is what I love, and so I didn't know if it was a hit or not.
So you get to Lil Silas.
Yeah.
And
he's cracking at this time.
Yeah,
too.
and you had been signed to, the Benny Medina thing and all this. And now you're here with Lul. What do you feel like is the difference in this opportunity versus that one?
His excitement. His knowing what he wanted from me. He wasn't trying to make me something else. He heard my voice and he wanted me to be the next Whitney Houston, the next Mariah Carey. You are my Whitney Houston. You are my Mariah. You are going to be the biggest. So I love that he had such vision and he was so excited. You can't buy people being excited about you, especially in the music industry. Everybody's always thinking of the next something else other than you. So it was nice to have his excitement about me.
Yep.
I didn't have to hype him up for me.
Yeah.
It was just my dreams coming true. And it was interesting because he signed me to MCA Records, and that was just the Lord protecting me from what was going to happen. Because my career would have been over after one record because he signed me to MCA and then asked me to be his first release off Silas Records. And then Silas Records was really a setup for Lul to go down. They were tired of his antics. He was a lovely person, but he was a bulldog. And he always was cussing and yelling and screaming and popping veins at people. And
he was a real record man.
Yeah.
He was a record man.
He was.
That's
but he
weird.
burned some bridges with the attitude he had. He made a lot of things wonderful. And his era was just ending when he met me. Well, when
Yeah.
I met him.
Yeah.
So then they gave him the label to sync him.
Right.
So once that happened, then I was right on the MCA Records again after that went away.
Oh, so once they dissolved Silas Records, then they picked you back up though.
They never let me go is their point.
Yes,
We want her.
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
what's the term called?
Subsidiary and
No, there's
first
a
rights.
there's a term in the contract
Oh,
where
Keyman clause? No.
where all the artists revert back
Oh yeah.
to.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
to the
about. Yeah.
I can't think of the name
Yeah,
of
it's,
it.
it's kind of just absorbing.
They absorb it, but
Yeah.
it's in the contract. Okay, if
But
we,
they move.
if we don't fuck with that no more, we
Yeah.
still need those back.
Yeah.
No, because I think, and this is a really important part to talk about during the show too, is that most of these labels aren't actually labels.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They're production companies.
Yeah.
And they don't have true ownership in their companies.
Mm-hmm.
And their masters are still owned by and still, promoted and licensed and distributed by this parent company.
Mm-hmm.
So the artists aren't their actual artists.
Yeah.
And you young executives and you young brothers who are starting your labels and doing your thing, make sure that your artists are your artists.
Yeah.
Not the distributor's artists, not the parent company's artists, because they will sink your company and
Take
absorb your
yours.
artists.
But I was directly signed to MTA first, though.
First.
I will
Absolutely.
say
Right.
that
Yeah.
is not exactly how it went, but I do understand what you're
Yeah.
saying to teach
Yeah.
the audience, teach artists that does happen. But
Yeah.
I literally was signed to MCA.
No, you're right.
And they let
Because
me.
he was an executive there first. They gave him.
Then the label happened. So then he asked me to just wait, and I waited.
So did you drop on your initial? Did you come out on your initial deal with MCA?
Yeah.
Is it when the first?
So
first
Precious
album
came
drops?
out.
Precious was on Silas,
On
so I
Silas.
waited because they were building Silas when I got signed in 91. And he wanted me to wait till 92 to come out so that I could be on his label.
Hmm.
And in between that, I did the song with Eldebarge, You Know What I Like.
Mhm,
And that was how I met the director. Who's the one who did the one with Denzel Washington movie?
Antoine Fuqua.
Antoine Fuqua. He did the You Know What I Like video, which is why Antoine Fuqua did Love's Taking Over video in Paris, which is why Antoine Fuqua did It's All Right video in
That's
Los
just a
Angeles.
bar.
Isn't that crazy?
Super bar.
That's a super
Super bar. Because now he's doing the
Isn't that crazy?
Jackson movie. He's doing the Michael Jackson movie now too. Like,
Fuqua? Are you kidding me?
yeah, Training
You
Day.
know,
Jesus Christ.
isn't that bananas?
Were you thinking that this is bananas at the time it was happening?
Well, it's not happening
Yeah.
at first, right?
Not that he was Antoine Fuqua, because I had
Was-
no idea,
yeah,
but it was just my dreams were coming true. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Mind blowing. Going to Paris in the first place. I'm like, we get to go. We went in 2 days and shot it. It was just bananas.
Had you ever been overseas before that?
I went to London, but that was it. Yeah. So
It was
never
your first
to
time in
Paris.
Paris,
Yeah.
and you shooting your video.
Yeah.
In Paris.
In Paris.
That's how the
First
music
album?
business used to be.
First single.
First single.
That's disrespectful.
We're gonna go to Paris with it.
That's
Yeah,
disrespectful.
Not when you look at Louis. That was what it was about. Louis was about making epic things happen. The stuff he did. I mean, if we look back at his track record, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, just one group, and then how we were talking about you guys were talking about different artists stemming from those other.
Yeah.
All those groups,
Yeah, he was a part
Lil
of.
made the and then all the people who came after that, and then that producer and all the people that came after that.
I'm a product of Lil.
Yep.
Gave me my first record deal as a kid, 10 years old. Lil Silas Jr. Like, there's so many, the tree
Mm-hmm.
of the people that he's worked with, and man, it's
Vision.
vision.
As we talk about like a lot of the record company men and women who were, shall we say, boisterous
Yes.
and
Mm-hmm.
and big in personality.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't feel like, and it gets to a point to where, yes, a lot of these guys end up getting pushed and phased out for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, as you guys say, you're connected to that kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm connected to that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Who was not shy about telling a motherfucker.
If you're not doing your job, because that's the other thing. Try sitting in those meetings and you got a table full of people who are just trying to get their 2-week check.
Come on.
And you are a record man with passion who wants to take his brand new artist who's never sold a record to Paris.
Come on.
You're gonna have to jump on the table.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to do some screaming.
Yeah.
Because you have to make people see the vision. Because everyone is not a visionary. No matter, you may be in the music business, but that does not make you a visionary.
No.
So being a visionary is really tough. Because you got to be able to articulate it.
Yep.
You got to be able to show it to the people.
And champion that.
Champion it.
Yeah.
But then you gotta be a little boisterous about it.
You gotta fight tooth and fucking nail.
You gotta make somebody feel like, if I don't do that, I'm fucking up.
Yeah.
She do need to go to Paris. Because you put this song and that beautiful artist and this voice, you got to put it in Paris. But the person that's looking at the bottom line, looking at the P&L, they're like, it's going to be a lot of that. Well, we're going to make a superstar.
But when you get the person who is in power, who's behind you, and that was at that time, Lul was that person. So he did, I'm sure, have to have something proved by AD or whoever was in charge of whatever. But he was mainly the one like, okay, this is our budget.
Right.
Let's make this part happen. We'll cut back on this and do that, and we'll travel here and we'll do. So he was making stuff happen. That's what you want to happen, when especially you knew.
If you believe. Listen, I spent $500,000 on the first video, $700 on the second. Like, this is like Black Dot little boutique label. Barry Hankerson said, we are not gonna fucking lose.
Right.
We gonna bet the ranch.
He had a ranch to bet.
He had a ranch.
No, actual ranch.
He did have an actual ranch. And I watched him call everybody all sorts of motherfuckers and sons of bitches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, man.
In my honor.
Yeah. Right.
Like all those men like that. Shout out. I want to say many blessings and prayers to the Gotti family, Irv Gotti, who was another guy like that.
Record man.
Who called me out of the blue one day. Tank, I'm riding in my fucking Jeep. You know, it's fucking R&B shit. I like some of the R&B shit. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. But all that fucking lovey-dovey, you know, I'm a street guy. But that fucking Maybe I Deserve, that's a fucking record. I'm playing it right now. Like, that energy for an artist,
Yeah.
it's everything. Made me feel like I conquered the world.
Yeah.
When I hear motherfucker saying motherfucker on my behalf, you better play this motherfucking record or we gonna kill you.
That's the part they can't say. They can't say that part. You gotta omit that.
We gonna break you. This, like,
yeah. I know.
That's why 98% of us are here.
Yeah.
Because of that fight. It wasn't an analytic. It was a feeling.
Yeah.
And I'm going to fight for this feeling that I have. This Chante Moore is something fucking special. And you better fucking play this record or I'm coming out there.
But you know what also happened in the middle of that time period? Right in the middle of my record, my first record, going up the charts, it was this shift that happened where, what is this stuff called? It was a payola first, and then it began to be, what is the thing? When they
Research?
had no, it was like where your records were here, if you played that many of them, there was a word, it's a word for it, and I can't remember the name of it. A BDS and SoundScan. And so when that happened, it was like the shift happened. And what's interesting is I was paying attention to SWV at the time, and because of knowing Brian and him producing them, and their first song and mine was here, and then BDS and SoundScan took over, and mine ended up there. because they were getting more airplay, being that, I'm so into you. And my song, I guess, wasn't as much as that. And so it got switched. And I just saw how it was so hard to, quote unquote, work the charts after that. And not that things didn't do well. It was fine. I just think that, I don't know. I'm the kind of artist everybody's always like, oh, you're so underrated and you should have and you could have and we hoped you would. And I don't know. I just feel like it's always been this almost made it kind of thing. And I'm grateful. Don't let me make it something that I'm thinking that I haven't had a successful career. I have. And I feel like sustaining is even better than being a shooting star and then disappearing. Because a lot of people came out around my time and they're gone and I can't even remember their names or their songs. I remember one song and you're like, who sang that again? I forgot what the girl it was.
No, that's what happens.
And so I'm really, really grateful to have had this almost under the radar career where I've been honing my craft still and still performing and still trying to get better and still paying attention to the audience and feeding them and them feeding me and making me feel loved. That's been a roller coaster ride, but it's been good.
Yeah.
The shooting star thing, I mean, that haunted me for a long time.
I understand it.
It's like, I'm better than that motherfucker. I'm better. And I was like, I just really want to do this for a really long time. Mm-hmm. And I just kind of got settled in, I was like, well, what is my reason for being here? What is my purpose? What is my design? And it was a guy by the name of Jamie Foxx saying, man, I study you. I love what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Like, wow, you're the blueprint. Man, keep doing that. It was a guy by the name of Chris Brown saying, oh my God, bro, that Sex, Love, and Pain album changed my freaking life. Oh, Trey Songz. Oh, I can't believe. Like, JoJo. Oh, I sing it note for note. It goes, and I'm like,
yeah,
that's what I'm here for.
Mm-hmm.
And I settled out of the wanting the shooting star moment, and I said, I just want my star to shine constantly, and that's what I feel like you are. Like you're timeless. No matter when or how we see you, you always shine.
So you guys are like the North Star.
I was thinking that's like the North Star. Yeah.
Come on, be the North Star.
People who can sing,
right.
People who are musically inclined,
are your way to freedom.
Know exactly who in the fuck Chante Moore is.
Yeah.
Chante Moore. Oh man, he cold as
Absolutely.
motherfucker.
Absolutely. It's not even a question. That's not even a question.
Even a question.
Not even a question.
And so some of our gifts, some of us gifted, we are relegated to inspire and push and help and serve the gifted.
And our audience. I've seen you live. And that's when I really, really became a fan. I saw you move around that stage. I saw you play and sing and move all of the women that were in the audience singing.
Amen.
And she said, amen. No, for real. Like, really, just be sexy and you know it and you sexy. And they was like, yes! Woo! And they were losing their minds about you. And you can't get that from the album. You can make moments personally with your album. It's very sexy. Yep. But you don't know who you are as an artist until you see you. Like, I feel like it's like seeing Patti LaBelle live. You can't contain her voice. And I feel like that's the thing that you are as well. I feel like that's where I can shine and have fun and fall down and get back up again. And it's all right. Because what you gonna do in a real concert, you fall down, you sing from the floor, or you get back up, whatever you're gonna do, you do it. And that's the mindset that I had already figured out, is that I'm not about perfection. If I mess up my own song, I'm like, oh, I messed up the words. Let's get back to it. And then, sing whatever comes to mind
But that's
that rhymes.
another part of your gift where you're resilient in that.
That is one of my words that describe myself, is resilient.
Resilient in that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you bring up also and I feel like with both of you, where the whole shooting star thing, but you guys did get success out the gate too, though. It's not like it was like, okay, well, it's a sputter a little bit, but like, you had a gold album.
Yeah.
Like, you got cracking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you had hit records from the beginning. So, I think it's now, and people having an understanding of that, like, now it's maintaining it.
Yeah.
Now it's maintaining it, and like the next projects and the label things and all the other things that happen that the public usually does not know. The public don't know that the parent company is trying to sink the smaller label, and that you're just kind of collateral damage.
And nobody cares.
In that,
nobody cares about that. What they care about is what they hear on the radio.
Right.
What's interesting is I remember your some of the questions you all sent us ahead of time made me think of a situation that Puff Daddy was in the studio, and I had already done a record with Rodney Jerkins, and my song was called "If I Gave Love." Hers was "If You Had My Love."
You had my love.
Same song. Puff Daddy heard my song and said, "I want that song for J-Lo."
Right.
And Rodney was like, that's Chanté's song. And he said, I want that song. So powerful people get what they want. And so they made their own song that they made for me, for her. Same song. And that's a thing I wish that I would have been more aggressive and been more like, well, let's put them both out at the same time then.
I was sure about to say that. I was sure about to say.
And we did, but we didn't. I was like, how can I compete with J-Lo money? They were coming so high, and I just had Chanté's Got a Man, so that was my 1-2 punch. That was the 2.
Yeah.
And I just feel like we just like, boom, 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 after that. I'm like, okay, well, so we'll see, It's all good. What's wonderful is that learning the lessons and understanding what your purpose is. My purpose is to sing and inspire the audience, not necessarily other artists. I think that when you sing for the people who support you, the people who show up, especially being a believer, these are the things that move me, is when I move my audience, when I encourage them and let them know they're not alone, and they get into this thing because, people see the look of things, and I'm like, the glitter, lipstick and makeup and all this stuff comes off. I'm really just a girl, and it really is true, because heartbreak comes, sadness comes, depression comes, not knowing my worth, all of the things, jealousy, everything comes as a human. And then being a woman on top of that. And you have to deal with it, whether or not you sing for a living or if you're working at Target. It don't matter.
Yeah.
So that is what I realized through the years that I am made to do, is inspire and talk about who God is when I'm on stage, and try to encourage somebody to believe when they don't believe no more.
Yeah.
That's what I'm supposed to do.
I love it.
Yeah.
Give me a moment when you were on stage and you realized for the first time you had a hit record. He was like, oh shit, yeah.
Well,
Y'all know this?
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I did Soul Train, and Don Cornelius
We all black.
asked, I was going to say Cornelius asked, he asked Lil, did we pay people in the audience to get excited about that song? And Lil was like, what? But who has ever done that? He was like, but people are really reacting to that immediately. And he was like, what do you want me to do?
Right.
So that was one moment. I was like, well, people really must like the song. And then I did a radio show with Destiny's Child. And I remember singing on that caliber of a show, and the people were singing so loud I couldn't hear myself. and little white girls, and I had never had that before because we're black and they play black music on black radio, and unless you cross over, nobody of another race is gonna really hear
They don't
it.
know the songs. Yeah.
So that song was doing so well that I was on a radio show with Destiny's Child. So I was out there and I watched the people sing it back, and it did take me aback. Like I was like, "What y'all know the song?" Okay, so it was a radio show, and then what's interesting is after that show is what is even more memorable. Beyonce was like, "Huh, your stomach's smaller than mine. You had a baby. Your stomach's smaller than mine." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
She was like, "I'm gonna have to get to work and that heifer."
She got to work.
I watched her and I love it. I loved it and I hated it at the same time because it was just like, wow, like how a career can just and I love it because I love she was a star then. Mm-hmm. And in the group of all of them, it was beautiful. And we all were like, group. We were like, our eyes were not leaving her. Mm-hmm. I think that's when you see the it factor in a group, and you go, huh.
But then the work she put in,
to maintain it, and still is
to take
so
that
smart.
to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
But that was one of the moments, and I still, honestly, every time they say Chante Moore, 95% of the time they say my name backstage when I'm about to go on, and I go, oh shoot. That's me.
You should say.
I'm Chante Moore. Oh, I gotta go sing.
Yeah.
It like hits me because that's my name since a kid. It's not like it's another name. I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not Lady Gaga.
You're not
You're not Tank.
Or Tank.
I was Tank as a baby too. Yeah.
Well,
but that's a weird thing.
And you mentioned the record. How do y'all come up with that? With saying like, okay, this is what we're gonna call the song. Chanté's Got a Man.
Jimmy and Terry and I were sitting in the studio writing many songs. Because as soon
Hold on, let's stop there.
Yeah.
Jimmy and Terry and I were sitting in the room.
We got on a yacht that takes you from one house to the
No.
next house.
Man.
It was just the studio in Minneapolis, but it was incredible. Honestly, we had been in the studio for almost a year and a half it had taken to make this record. It was a long time. Every time we came home, Lou was like, yeah, no, I mean, it's good, but we need that song. And I remember Jimmy Jam said, you need a ghetto song. Like, you need Chanté's ghetto song. And so we all went, huh. And he was like, like that Kelly Price kind of thing, that thing. And I was like, okay. So Big Jim, God rest his soul, he started playing something on the keys, and I was talking about how my friends all were upset and mad, and their boyfriends were cheating and beating them up, literally. And I was like, sorry, I'm really happy. I don't know what to say to you. I'm sorry your man ain't home. Really feel bad for you. But I was so giddy and happy that I could empathize, because everybody's had their heart broken. Everybody had somebody cheat. Everybody's had the man who's not at home with you when you want him to be. But I had my man at home, and it was that moment that we were like, huh, Chanté's Ghetto Song. That's what it was called before Chanté's Got a Man at Home.
Chanté's Ghetto Song.
That was the
That
working
was it.
title.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
And I have the cassette, Jimmy Jam's CG, Chanté's Ghetto Song, CGS, on a cassette with the first music of that song.
Oh, that's great.
So that's how it happened.
That's great.
I'm just jealous.
I'm just jealous.
Everybody said, and I'm gonna make it a point to work with Jimmy Jam and Terry.
And I'm about to give you another one she had though.
Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Some more bars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know, because I don't think a lot of people talk about your amazing song, which is a different type of song, on the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack.
Oh,
Like, that is such a bar. Because Babyface decided he's going to write all these songs for all these great women for this great movie soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like, but he sends you a song, or you go to the studio and it don't got no words.
no words. Scat song.
It has no words, man. Babyface, the king of words.
Can I tell you how mad Lou was?
That's
Can I tell you
why I
how
wanna know
much
the
he
story.
cussed?
Yeah,
I just want to know the story.
So I don't know how it ended up being my song.
Okay.
I think he genuinely was a fan of my voice and thought I could pull it off.
Because initially they wanted to sign you.
They did. I didn't
Right.
think about that at
Yeah.
that moment, but yes. So I was always yes, because it's Face, and and how do you not work with Babyface?
With Babyface, yeah.
So my thing is, be kind and do
Be
your
kind.
best and be grateful, for
Yeah.
what doors are opened for you. Because I know doors don't open for everybody. And being on an album that I knew was produced all by him. I knew Aretha was on it. I knew Whitney was on it. I knew CeCe Winans. I knew Brandy was on it. I knew Toni Braxton was on it. So my answer was yes.
Yes. Before you hear anything.
And I sang background, I think, on like 5 of those songs. I think I'm on Shoop, definitely on Tony's, definitely on Patti LaBelle's, and it seemed like it was a couple other people. One girl was singing, rapping, and I was singing in the background. Face was like, just please come, please sing. I love to sing. I love to sing background. I love to
Wow.
sing.
Just
I'ma
ends up
sing.
on
I love
5
it.
songs on Wait and Exhale.
Cooking.
So I did.
Yeah.
And that's just,
So when you first heard it though, what do you come on, because we here now. When
it
you
was
first hear it-
beautiful. I just thought it's just an extra song.
Did you think that, okay, well maybe he's just playing me the melody and he's gonna fill in words?
No, he told me. He told me it was this. I probably have the cassette somewhere, but I don't remember
Of his version of
of
singing.
him singing it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. Or maybe, I don't know. He might have just did it then. But yeah, I knew it was forget about it. Forget about it. We ain't in love. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. We ain't in love.
I don't know why. Every time, even when I was younger, and I heard, I was like, "This sounds like Jungle Love." It sounds like Jungle Love.
But it's the song that if I'm on an airplane and somebody black says, "Oh my God, I love you. Oh my God, you blah blah blah," because black people, they love me. They always show me love everywhere I go, always. But it's the white person that's next to me that goes, "Okay, so I don't know you, and I'm really sorry, but I don't know the excitement and all that. But like, what do you do?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm a singer. Yeah. Oh, would I know your stuff?" And I don't know how to point them to me.
Right.
And I say, "Well, have you ever seen Waiting to Exhale?" And they go, "Oh yeah, Whitney Houston and blah blah." I was like, "Yeah." So the very first song when Whitney Houston has a convertible, the first song that's playing when her hair is blowing in the wind, that's me. The first voice you hear is me. That's how I explain myself to the Caucasian persuasion.
That's actually a great.
How do you explain yourself to the white people, Tank?
I just.
I
say
can't make you love me.
Sometimes
yeah.
I use that, or I say they're like, so you sing? I'm like, yeah, I sing. It's like, well, would I know any of your songs? And I'm like, do you like Sexy Time?
What record do you put on?
Do you
You like sexy
do
time?
you procreate? Because my music is of the procreation
It
nature.
really is. And that album is really.
Well, what song would you say? I
Yeah.
said, if you really want to get nasty, I got a song called When We that'll get you pregnant. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't want to put too much on you, but you want your legs to go up high. I got this one. I got this
Go
one.
ahead and get in
I didn't
there.
let this. I'm going to it right now.
She clutched the pearls while you're talking though. I would never. And then
great.
wait.
Dialing it up. I remember. I told some white people, like almost like a little family or whatever. My husband was like this. Yeah, man, my wife's looking at your chest, man. This is just great. It's like, it's the album,
Hey.
man. I'm sorry.
What can I do? You can't.
Somebody got to come up with a show explaining black music to white people.
Yeah.
How do you connect the dots?
So, in all of this, and when we talked about purpose, and we talk about, the people and all of these twists and turns, right? what is the thing that you want to be remembered for?
Inspiring love.
Hmm.
And evolving. Like, I started here and I think I was pretty good. And then I started looking at what I had done, the performances, and you have to own them differently if you want to make a statement. And I know I was afraid. I still have jitters before I go on stage, but I was afraid because I didn't have enough practice doing what I did for a living. The first time I performed live before an audience that was my own stuff, I sang this place called the Moonglow in San Diego with the Baja Strings. And we sang top 40. I sang everything from Part-Time Lover to Shibop, whatever. I sang all that stuff, and I wasn't even 21 yet. But I sang 3 shows a night, 3 nights a week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, $150 a night. But the first time I ever sang my music, I was singing in front of MCA Records, doing showing my new music before I went with George Duke over to Montreux Jazz Festival. That was the next time I sang. I know. And I knew where I was going, and I knew it was crazy, and I wasn't prepared. I wish I felt more confident and prepared and practiced. And I think people were so excited about the tone of my voice. And I understand now that that's something special. When Layla Hathaway comes up and goes, "Girl, yo, tone. Let me tell you now, yo, tone."
Why did you just walk into her?
I'm serious. That's what she did. And it's like, she said, "You must know.
You must know.
You must know, honey."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
says the woman with the tone
talk about
of her daddy and herself morphed into one amazing voice.
Yeah.
So I kind of go, some people make you go, well, maybe I'm not so bad because of what I think of them. But the thing is, you can't get confused when somebody goes before you and somebody goes singing a different way than I sing. The church vocals can be misleading, or your ego starts to jump in and go, well, they singing like this. Let me get in there and get some of that. Yeah. And you have to stay in your lane. Yeah. That's the thing I've learned is stay in your lane. You can only be you.
Yeah.
And I can only be me. But I am taking voice lessons. I just started taking voice lessons. I've had 2, and I'm repeating those over and over until they come back to me. But that is what I want to do, is get better. There's stuff I want to know how to do. There's stuff when I get sick that I want to be able to just do some technique to make me go and get over it.
The deviations.
Instead of changing the entire, melody.
That's so cool to hear you say that, though. That
oh, man.
You're still taking vocal lessons.
No, I've never taken vocal lessons ever. His name is Robert Stevens. He is amazing. I think he's Robert Rabb in some circles, but I was sitting next to him by chance on a flight from Atlanta last month. And he noticed me sniffing and put my bag up for me and whatever. So we chatted the whole time, and it was weird that I don't usually talk on the airplane. I'm usually, like, hi, good night, okay. And I go to sleep or watch a movie. But somewhere in there we started chatting, and I was like, yeah, and I want to take voice lessons. And he was like, you don't realize that that's what I do, and I know exactly who you are, and blah, 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 blah. And by the end, I was just like, this was a God thing, because I didn't know who he was at all. But usually those people are behind the scenes. Robert. Yes.
So that's who I'm going to start taking lessons with.
Get out.
Yes.
He is so amazing. Like, it's so weird and wonderful at the same time.
So Robert Rabbit, I want 100%. Because we just made your business go up. Because now you are the vocal coach of Chante Moore.
man.
I met him with Justin
Bieber?
Timberlake.
Oh, Timberlake. I knew that.
Yep.
That's the Bieber I think of first, yes. Sorry.
The original.
Justin. Yes.
The original Justin.
Yes. I'm sorry. Just keep moving.
Oh, man.
But I was out there with Justin. I'm like, bro, you like crispy every night. He's like, bro, I'm fucked up right now, like vocally. He's like, but, my guy, he keeps me. I was like, who's the guy? Who's my guy? Big Jason was like, trust me,
Tank always wants to meet the guy.
I want to meet the guy.
Yeah.
He's like, you need to work with this nigga. And I was like, and I had been procrastinating on it for, I would say, years.
Yeah, years.
And then finally, not too long, I was like, I need your help, man. I sing pretty good, but, I just want my conditioning. I want my stamina. I want my height back. I listen to like a lot of my old songs, and I'm like, listen to that young Tank vocal cord.
You got to get back in the gym.
I got to get back in the gym. I used to sing every day. Every day, all day, working at watch this new thing I can do, like every day. And as you get older, and it's family and
you can't
kids,
sing every day.
and you just can't. And so you're not the same conditioned hooper you used to be when you were jumping every day. You know what I'm saying? You're just not the same. And I'm like, I just want to get some of that back. And I know if I do the work with the right person, I can do that. So it's funny that you saying his name, and I'm like, are you serious? And when you were saying you were on the plane with him to Atlanta, he was probably telling me, yeah, I'm on the way to LA for a few days. Let me know if you want to get.
Yeah. My first lesson 2 weeks ago. Maybe 3, maybe. Yeah.
That's dope.
It's amazing. I have never known a warm up or a warm down. I don't trust it, because I'm like, I'm going to be tired trying to do a warm up. What I'm going to do is wait. Shut up and sing when I get on stage.
I'm gonna start shooting when I get out there.
So Chante Moore is the Allen Iverson of singing. Practice.
Pretty much. I do hot water and honey. What's funny is my doctor's like, you have high cholesterol. I was like, that is impossible. You are pre-diabetic.
Yeah.
And I said, how in the world?
Yeah.
I don't eat cake and pizza every day.
Yeah. Have you looked at me?
And I worked out, especially when they first said it. It's because I have hot water and honey all the time. Honey is just sugar.
It's just sugar.
Just sugar.
All right. You should have ate some cakes.
No.
I get it, but yeah.
No. But the hot water and honey is what does it for me. And like during the show, it's what I do.
They got sugar-free honey.
I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can.
I don't know.
That's really funny. I don't know. I think it's just something's turned into
They
sugar.
make everything.
Like bread.
You gotta ask. You gotta look at
Yes.
In a lab.
It's probably gluten-free, but not
Yeah.
sugar-free. Yeah, I know.
It's just interesting how we parallel, like just the journey.
And I have a song I want you to sing. I have a new record coming, and somebody was listening. Actually, Kook, you know who Kook is?
Kook Rivera?
You know what's funny? I'll never know his last name. He works with Lainey and Tricky.
Yeah, Kook Rivera.
I know
Yeah.
Kook Rivera,
Okay.
Yeah. The vocal coach and producer.
Oh,
Producer.
Yeah.
I didn't, So he was, I don't know who he was with. I forgot who it was. It didn't matter, named out. But Kook was listening, and Kook and them did Candlelight and You a long time ago. So first album for me was Lainey and Tricky and Lainey and what is his name? Dang it. I can't think of it right now.
Yeah.
It's okay. But anywho, he was listening to one of the songs, and he said, I love this. This sounds like a Tank song. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh, man.
It made me like the song even more.
Yeah.
Thinking about you singing, and I was like, oh, Tank gotta be on my record. That would make that record even hotter. But anyway, so we'll talk about that.
I don't think people know how funny you are. That's the other part.
This is great.
I'm a goofball. That's what I am. But that was the thing I was as a kid, is I was the comic relief.
Yeah.
I was always trying to make everybody happy, make you smile. If mom and my sister were having problems, which they normally did, I was trying to go, Mama, listen, what she said, what she meant to say, what's Mama. And then my sister, listen, Mama love you. And then, all you got to do is just don't talk back. That would be good, not to talk back.
That would be good.
And stop lying. Why you lie? Every time you lie, your eye
Every time you
twitch.
lie,
I can imagine her doing
Promise.
this at like 10, 11 years old.
No,
That's what makes it
five.
even funnier.
Negotiating.
I was just
early.
Just come together. And my sister and I are thick as thieves because she knows she can always count on me. I know she is my sister. Like, I'm like, you're the closest thing that'll ever come to me. Because we got the same mama, same daddy. You could have been me. I could have been you. I don't know. But I just love her. I love her.
That's great.
That negotiation.
Speaking of coming together.
Come together.
So and Tank knows this because Tank is part of my family. My family comes together, right? And we all get together and gather in the kitchen as my sister cooks. And there's a song that we sing as a family at every family event. It is called Contagious. All the men in the family.
Yes. All right, Isley.
We take Ron Isley and Robert.
Yes, ma'am.
And all the women wait for
Shut
Chante.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please, give me the story behind this record because it was so unexpected for you to pop up on that song.
Yes.
Or to the world it was.
No. It was to me too. So I knew R. Kelly through Cheryl Cobb. She used to be, you probably know Cheryl, when she was representing Ruben some kind of way with his record label. Anyway, it don't matter. That's who it was.
Yeah, she was like
Cheryl Cobb.
Yeah, she was like the head of his label. Yeah.
And so she's a fan. She's a friend, first friend, then fan. And then she always was like trying to push, no matter what happened. She was trying to connect me with someone. She has always connected me to Robert. Robert was like, well, R, who is really a good guy, like really a nice person, really funny. And so I hung out with him and her. And he was like, I'm going to write you a song. I'm going to write you a song. He had a song he was going to call Capital Love. Capital L-O-V-E. Capital Love was Capital Love. He never got to that Capital Love. But one day out of the blue, he called and said, I want you to do something for me. Would you go in the studio and I want you just to sing this part? He goes, but I want you to sing it just like I tell you. And I was like, sure, I'll do it. So Robert, Mr. Isley and I never were in the same place.
The way they make records now.
Huh?
The way they make people make records now. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. But so he just told me when to sing my part. Frank. But. So I just had to do my part.
Shut up! C2 Mans is talking.
Yeah. So I just did what he told me to do. And then at the end of it, it just was a song.
But had you heard it?
I had
Did he
not
even
heard
send
it.
it to you?
After it was done, he sent it. Yeah, probably when he mixed it. And then we did the video and we had to make out in the video. So Robert was like, we should practice that scene. I was like, I think we'll know how to do it when it's
not gonna come off on camera.
I believe that we should practice.
It's gotta be.
The connection has to be authentic.
It's like when you hooping, like you gotta practice. First, and then you got to.
And then you
play the game.
Then you play the game.
You play the damn
game. So we need to practice.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't practice?
I didn't need practice. I did not need practice. Now, he can kiss. So I don't know why he thought it was practice. But what's interesting is after that, I couldn't be around him much. Because it was just, It was too much.
Hmm.
It was too much. Never said that out loud. So there you go. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So no other songs came after that. So I always thought I should be singing, "You're contagious, touch me, baby.
Right.
Give me what you got." But they
No,
didn't think
if you listen to it, it's
so. That's what she said.
yeah. She said.
That's what she said. But I didn't get to sing it. And silence.
No, because we're hearing the
Thinking
song.
it,
and
I
we're
know,
hearing it.
I
Yeah.
know. But it would
No,
never be-
every time I've heard that song, I always thought like, oh, what is it?
I know.
That's keep hearing practice. That's all I
She
keep.
didn't practice.
That is just great to be. I think we should familiarize
I
ourselves.
believe we should practice a lot.
Get rid of the elephant in the room and just.
Yeah. Well,
If we get a good rhythm going now, to show.
In my family, we sing the song
yes. Yeah.
at Christmas.
And I don't sing it as often as I probably should.
So it's not in your show.
It was for a little while. And I think it's harder when it comes back up and he's in the news again and all that stuff. It's just a lot. But I mean, when it comes on, I just do doom, doom, doom. And then, what the hell is going on? That comes on.
Yeah.
And then everybody in the audience start doing what you and your family do. So, yeah. And then they go, right. That was Chante. So.
You've been part of some really dope moments.
Not bad.
Some really dope moments.
I'm
And I
grateful.
think it's like the power of those moments and how you showed up in those moments. That is what has sustained you. And
Yeah.
like people like let's say hit records, right? Like life-changing records, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that many. But the few that I have, I know how to milk 'em.
And see, I need to learn how to do that more.
Oh, I get the
I'm
milk.
with you. Yeah.
I get the milk out. I get all the milk. Like people like this. Oh, you sister.
Man.
And the finger roll.
There's something wrong with it.
I know. It's true. But crazy people get to have the most fun.
And it's using those great moments. You know what I mean? And letting them carry you through because of how you showed up in those moments.
But you have to know that they are. And I think that's something that being the underdog of the family or, the baby and the grunt, just like, the one that I'm used to minimalizing some things.
I got you.
And so I didn't get it when some of those fantastic moments happened that they were significant. When I sing some songs like Way You at my show, but I was thinking because the way Lul was like, can't believe you did that. It didn't even, there's not no lyrics on it. So I never sang it.
You didn't used to sing it at first?
No, lately I have because of Steven, not because
Wait.
there's
This
no
was not part of
words.
your show?
Always no. Mm-mm. It was like a sore thumb. It was the thing that Babyface said he would do a song because I had done so much for that album and, and it never happened. And that's why you got to keep relationships though and not be bitter, because it really is about the rhythm of life. It is life that has to continue to happen. Relationships that connect old to the new.
Yeah.
And this is a perfect setup for the new album. I have a record with Lainey and Tricky and Babyface and
Tank.
it's about to be with Tank.
Tank.
And Jimmy and Terry. And it's a body of work and it's called Evolve because that's what I really feel like I've been doing is just evolving.
Yeah.
And I love it. I have a song with Eric Bennett.
He's so sad. Eric Bennett.
And it's doing pretty good. And that's the thing is I don't watch the charts. I don't know. I don't even watch where it's going because it is what it is or it isn't.
Yeah.
My life has not been based on charts. It's been based on people showing up to my shows. That's how I make a living.
I'm happy that you are making new music
Yeah, I
because
am
you
too.
should make new music. Your voice should be heard on new shit.
I love that.
Why the fuck not?
How many shows do you do a year? Do you even know?
No.
Or do you try to keep it to a certain number? Or
No. Last year I worked a lot. Year before I worked a whole lot in America. And I spoke this that I want to be, overseas. I think there's a market for me overseas, and there still is. I believe there's more things that more places I need to go.
Yeah.
I've been to America, and I've been around America. Last year I went to China and just spent 3 months there. And
you stayed 3
spent
months.
3 months.
3
there.
months.
What did you do? What was you doing?
I was in a singing competition, Chinese singing competition called Singer 2024. I didn't know it was that at first. And they said, will you go there? And I said, yes. And they said, okay. And it's a competition, singer competition with other Chinese artists. So these other people have been in the industry. They're not like novices, but they are really entertainers. And so we battled every week.
What?
Yeah.
Wait.
For 14, 15, ended up being 15
You went to
weeks.
China to battle?
But mind you, the first
I got jokes.
day I was no, but it was different because the
I just see
production.
it as a movie. I see it as like a movie.
You know I see
scene.
it as a movie.
As you getting off the
I
plane.
just see niggas getting knocked out by vocals.
Chante Moore walking out of the joint.
It was a great opportunity. I got there and I didn't know because I found out about it when I was on Tom Joyner Cruise, and I was not singing that week. And they called, and Joseph Fleming, I think they call him Joey now, but he called and said that I sang Happy Birthday at his birthday party last year. And then he said, this Chinese lady came up to me afterward, and she was like, I would like to, she was all close and all in my space. I was like, she's weird. I don't think I'm, and so I gave her my other phone number because I was like, yes, this is a business call. Yeah. And I didn't even pay attention. And then Joey called and was like, hey, this lady, her name is Tay, and she wants you to do blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, this for real. So I said yes. And I went, and a week later I landed. That night I did a sound check, and the stage was incredible. The sound was incredible. The band was incredible. The orchestra was incredible. The lights, everything was amazing. And then the next day I put my clothes on, and that night I sang, and I won first prize that first night. I sang Alicia Keys' If I Ain't Got You, and 250 million people watched in China.
What?
250 million people.
Oh, we dropping this album in China.
No, I'm about to figure out how to put your ass on
Yeah.
on the karate show.
Yeah. We need to put this single out in China.
And it's not racist that I said that because my
'Cause it's
grandmama
half
Chinese.
Chinese.
So, miss me with that bullshit. Go ahead.
I have not been, and I'm going with you. I'm gonna say I'm with
Sir.
you.
You
You know,
please
Chante Moore, don't
introduce
you?
me to them
Yeah, that's my
250.
dog.
No, it was.
Wait, so what
it was life changing.
A full singing
2 days
competition?
later, I was walking on the street with Steven, my husband, and people going, Chante Moore, oh, and they started calling me Momo. Now I am Momo in China. 15 weeks singing everybody else's songs, from Wrecking Ball to Alicia
Momo.
to everybody. I am Momo.
If you don't get back over to
I'm
China,
going. I went a few times last year, which is what we were talking about. But I'm singing a lot, but I'm gonna go back. We don't have the times set right now. I did the Chinese version of Tiny Desk, which I haven't done American. I haven't done American yet, but I don't want to until the record comes out. But anywho, yeah.
your album has to be released it has to be a thing.
Yeah.
It has to be you present to release your album. Momo has to be in China to release her album.
Yeah.
Wait, because have you performed your records over there too at this point, or not yet?
I only have done one concert I did. I was one of a few, but it was a stadium of people. Yeah, no, it's mind blowing. But
Special.
I no, but I've done their TV show there, and I've done 2 concerts there. But I intend to go back because
Yeah.
yeah,
Because Momo's got a man.
Momo's got a man.
Momo's gotta go.
I want to say this before
And he's over there.
I start playing this thing right here. I had the honor of standing next to you, singing backgrounds
Yeah.
with Mr.
With
Yeah,
D-Face.
talk about it. Talk about
Me,
it.
you, Avery Wilson,
Killer.
and I will say we might be the coldest background unit
better know.
of all times. All times. Anybody want to challenge that? We do
on.
want smoke.
Come with it.
That's a lot of smoke. a lot of
Super
smoke.
smoke.
Y'all was on there cooking. As a fan,
is-
as a fan, I'm saying it as a fan. Y'all were on there cooking.
And I say this because I just want to speak this, this piece to other artists out there. For me, I'm not too big for any moment in music. Like when I came to rehearsal and I saw you with your iPad and your you were
Rehearse.
background singer.
Oh, I was ready.
Ready.
I was like, the back you have the lyrics.
Locked and loaded. And I was like, I fuck with Chante. That's my dog. Like, I am of the mind of wherever I'm at, I'm going to go crazy in my spot. I'm going to live and enjoy and we were having the time of our lives being background singers. As elite lead singers, we were having the time of our life being background singers. And that type of thing, that type of love for the sport,
Yeah.
like
That's what makes you last.
I appreciated having that camaraderie with you and Avery and sharing that, because that was like we was a team.
We were in the car. We were like, we're singing with baby. Like we were losing our minds. We're like, it's space.
Hey, we was hype.
That's great.
We was in rehearsal. We was like, and I was like, you wrote that?
Oh my
And he was like,
God.
oh yeah. I wrote
All the
that.
songs we could not sing
Oh,
that
man.
were his hits.
Oh man, we
Whoosh.
had Jinx. He was cutting songs. We were like, no, don't cut that. Come on, man.
So many.
But
was
I really appreciate it and have fun standing
too.
beside you, singing
Me
those
too.
songs. Like you're the shit. You're the shit.
And so are you. And that's one of the most watched things that I've ever done is that Tiny Desk and the Soul Train. Those are the 2 biggest things that I think have gone viral.
Because
pretty awesome.
you're really good, Chante. God damn it. Shit. Chante Moore. Some of those songs that you sang in China, maybe your favorite songs. But what we're gonna do is the people want to know.
What they want to know?
What are the songs that have shaped and molded one of the most awesome voices of the 21st century? We want to know, what are the ingredients to the sauce? We call that here on R&B Money
What we call it, dog?
your top 5. Your top 5. Top 5. Your top 5 R&B singers, R&B songs. We've got to know before you go here on this show. China better know your top 5. Yes. No. Top 5. Your top 5.
Stop it. The band.
Yeah.
Is there?
Stephen's here. I had to throw a little something extra on it.
that's
He
lovely.
gave you the thumbs
That's
up
lovely.
too.
Yeah, throw a little something extra on it.
And my
Chante Moore.
memories are not as good as they
It's all
used to be.
good.
So I
You
put them in
got to
my phone.
document these things. Your top 5 R&B singers.
Singers
Singers.
first. Let me say one thing first. Is that 2 of the sexiest albums ever, Marvin Gaye, Tank. Just want to say that out loud.
Huh.
There we're going.
That's what the first thing I just want to say. Sexy is like full on sexy and you know it and sex me. What? So I'm just saying that.
I'm just looking at the camera so they
Just
so they know I'm standing on what you said.
This guy here.
is the truth. It really is the
Momo
truth.
said.
Like the whole.
You know that's what we call you now.
No, you're done.
I could. I'm
Everywhere.
okay with that.
You are Momo.
I'm Momo.
Big Momo, if you know what I'm saying.
Not the little one.
You gotta know. You gotta know.
Okay, here you go.
Okay. Favorite artist. Period. It's got to be Prince.
Come on.
Just love him. Just love his style, his versatility, his ability to sing everything that sounded like rock and roll or Elvis. It didn't matter. You know, it just, I loved just growing up having him musically. Michael Jackson, I think, is a given for everybody. So I kind of stuck him in there because
He's Michael Jackson.
he is Michael Jackson. Tina Marie is one of the people that I grew up listening to. My mom used to go, "You think she sing better than you, huh?" When she was on. Then once they told me I could sing, she was really pumping. And so she said, "You think Tina Marie sing better than you?" And I was like, "Well, yeah." She was like, "She's just more daring than you are." And I was like, Jewel. So anyway, Tina Marie, The System, I absolutely love them.
Ooh, the system.
I love them. And I'm just gonna say it real fast, as if it's more than 5, it's really just smush them together.
Yeah.
So Shaka, Marvin, Boyz II Men, New Edition. So just in there because Shaka's voice is just like a trumpet.
Incredible.
That's the stuff I want to learn how to do. That full mouth wide, just
She just got a different throat.
she is.
There's just a different throat.
Yeah. Tremaine Hawkins was the other person that I was listening to that I was trying to do what she did. And that's how I got. But see, all things work together for my good. Because if I could do that, I wouldn't do the high stuff.
You know, as you say that, because, you know, a guy by the name of Sean Stockman,
Yeah.
he told me one day, he's like, Tank, I don't sing hard. I was like, what do you mean? He said, I don't sing hard and I don't try to. I let Wanye do that.
Yeah.
I do what I do.
Yeah.
And I stay there. And I was like, you do stay there.
Yeah.
And as you said, like chasing all those other things when you have your own uniqueness. It's right there.
Yeah.
We don't always appreciate ourselves. And I think that's a thing that even the night of Soul Train, Escape went before me.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought they did a really good job.
No, they did it.
And I was listening to them and I was like, oh, this girl's a singing.
Yeah.
And I had to go, excuse me, ma'am, do you?
Yeah.
Right.
Don't listen to them and try to change
Right.
how you approach your songs tonight. So I literally had to pull myself back and put me back in my own pocket because
cook.
you can get lost because there's so many different voices. And what's beautiful about Boyz II Men is you have Sean, you have Wanye, you have all
Nate,
the other, you have
yep.
all the voices that when you can't do something, you just, hey, this is your turn, go.
Yep.
And you can't do that with yourself unless you have some other tools, which is what we will both be learning.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So that was my list of.
Top 9. Okay, let's your top 5 R&B songs.
Oh wait, let me do what I wanted to say too. New artist, newish artist.
Okay.
I love Money Long.
Love Money Long.
We love.
So good. Love her
So
style,
good.
her voice, the way she executes. Just mic is on. I love it. Rihanna, she just knows who she is. And I love the way her
Confidence
voice
in her
is
vocals.
mixed.
Yeah.
She's always mixed on the top. I always refer to her whenever anybody's doing any songs for me. I'm like, mix me where they put Rihanna. I don't care what song it is. It could be a song that you bouncing to or a song that you're like rocking to. She's right here.
Yeah.
Right there. And then the music. And that's better for my voice. So I love her. Usher, killing it.
Killing it.
Killing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Already Bruno Mars, we already know that wonderful. Beyonce, I love her. I love how she's evolved. And it's just, she's
you go
not
to the
afraid of
Renaissance tour?
anything. I did, in Paris. How about that?
What?
Huh.
Keep going.
Back
Get
in
on my
Paris.
nerves.
I be knowing.
You
The
do,
first
too.
night that homegirl, her daughter was dancing, we were there, we were like, oh my God! Screaming. We're like, that's a baby girl. Yeah, we were
Get
laughing,
on
screaming.
my nerves.
I know.
Solid in
That's only
Paris.
because I was with Steven. It's not because of me. I would have been at home. Literally.
Shout out to Steven.
I'm just
Shout
saying.
out to the turn up.
To the turn up himself.
And actually, I believe R. Kelly should be in that list. No matter what, he has come R&B straight right in the middle of the eyes. So
It is.
he shouldn't have did what he did, but that's not nothing to do with the music. All right, what else did you ask me?
Top
Songs.
R&B song.
Okay, I had to put Chante's Got a Man at Home because I wouldn't have a real long career without that. I don't think.
Pat yourself on the back.
I'm
This is why
rolling.
we here.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So love it. In My System, one of my favorite
I
songs.
love that song. I love that song.
Too.
Yeah.
Prince, I Love Everything. Oh, these are songs that I think make me want to get up and dance, which is what I think what made me think of them. DMSR, love Prince, DMSR. Dance music, sex, romance. Okay, just making sure you knew.
Don't do this. You at the R&B Money
R&B.
Podcast.
Early in the morning. I love it. How Does It Feel? I love that. Then I put on there is where I put Not to Make Sexiest CD, Tank, and Marvin Gaye. That was where I put up there. But I did the other one first. But
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
it did. And wait, let me tell you how gigantic they are.
Oh no, you got font. You got big font happening.
Because these eyes, I may not. They are the age I am. I'm not
Come
even
on.
talking about it.
Come
But
on,
we
Big
just
Momo.
go. No,
Big font.
Big fun.
Big font.
and it was bold too.
Bold. Hey, it was thick letters.
I like when they go smaller, but if you keep staying in the one that makes like a
There's-
thing in the top, if you keep texting in there
There's
and then
regular
separate it,
bread and then there's brioche. So you got that brioche.
Her letters are brioche.
look at you. Look at you. It's true. I've embraced my eyeballs can't see, so I have glasses everywhere.
Miss Chante Moore, let's build a
Yes.
Voltron, your super R&B artist. Who are you going to get the vocal from, the performance style, the styling of the artist, the passion of the artist, and since you like to write songs with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, who's going to write the
Who's
song?
gonna write the? Ooh,
Let's start with the vocal. One vocal for your super R&B artist.
vocal. I'm gonna say Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan.
She can do it all. Shaka's pretty awesome, amazing.
Range off the charts in her chest. Get
She
on my
can do
nerves.
here and go. What?
Can you tell Miss Shaka Khan to come to the podcast? Can you call her? for
Yeah.
me? See, you know what?
That's
I
it. That
knew
is-
you knew her.
that is-
Listen.
when you know,
Because Tank be thinking he know people.
I do. I kind
I'm
of know.
down.
Look,
No,
people
no,
say
I'm-
hello to me.
I'm going
Hello
to
to me
listen, I'm
going to
sometimes.
the
I know
source.
Shaka
It's
Khan.
sometimes.
I'm going to
She
the
kicked me
source.
out of a section one time. Tried to.
See?
And we became cool after that. Why you gotta kick me out?
I ain't do nothing.
I ain't do that. She needed a place to sit. Tell them niggas to move. It was us.
Everybody had a moment.
Hey, listen, it's Shaka Khan. It's like, hey, well, I'm gonna move, but don't be
only
playing
'cause
with
you
me. Don't
shut
talk to me like that. Talk to me nice. The performance style.
In my dream, this is a dream.
This is your super
This is-
R&B artist.
yeah.
Yours, however you want it.
Sing like Shaka, dance like Beyonce.
Yeah.
Man, Beyonce be cutting up on stage. Cutting up. Hard work, dedication,
All of it.
all night
With the fan.
with the fan.
Yep.
Do that.
Oh my God, her conditioning is crazy.
Crazy.
Night to night? Styling.
I'm gonna say my style.
Work it.
Come on.
Work it.
Come on. Come on, your
I don't want
style.
to be really nobody but me.
Always fly,
Yeah,
always classy.
But if I could sing and dance like that and still be me,
Oh, well, yeah. Well done. They knew
mind blowing.
they knew early you could style yourself. hit your own
That's why I didn't
hair,
have no budget.
hit your own makeup. That's why I couldn't give you no budget.
Listen.
Let's send Chante to the store.
Hey, listen,
She
the
figured it
budget
out.
was there. It was a nigga doing like this. You know?
I need the budget for Chante. Chante, go grab yourself something.
If you
with your
look
money.
back,
Here go $200.
Here go 200. Grab yourself something. We just go. hit-
Something
if you
nice.
just see my little church haircut, and just go back to the Showtime at the Apollo.
Oh, I'm sure gonna do
It's
it.
just me.
Just pull up a picture, T.
Just
Yeah.
me.
A little screenshot. The passion of the artist, the heart of the artist. Who mean it?
Passion and heart. Tina Turner.
Shit.
Yes.
Sang anime. Yeah, her. Because she
Proud
sang
Mary.
everything from the guts of
Yes.
guts.
Yes.
I wouldn't want
Sing
every
and
single
fight.
song, but every single song to be that gutsy, because sometimes you got to relax a little bit. But still, if you have the option being Shaka, you can do anything you want.
Aggressive. Tina was.
saying.
I love that. That's a
Tina
great vote
worked.
drive.
There's Tina and then there's B.
Yes.
That is why that
And
is.
if you-
That's why that is. And who's writing for this artist?
Yep. That's a hot seat question right there. Since you friends with every single writer, everybody who's ever wrote a great song has written a song for you.
Yeah, man, don't get me started. The hardest song, the song I was pressed more to work past my own limits. That song, I think it took me over a couple of months to sing. But Chante's Got a Man. I got hoarse and got tired, and Jimmy and Terry were like, "Go home, baby. We'll see you. 2 days? You think you need a couple days? Go home and go rest. And then come back," because we didn't get the vocal we want. And I'm singing, and they're going, "Imagine Mariah Carey is in the audience. You are at the award show, and you're singing Song of the Year. Go." Oh. I was like, I don't want to sing during that kind of pressure. So I would say Jimmy and Terry, because they worked me. The singing hard, melodic, soft, backgrounds, harmonies, they want it all. Some producers get stuck on the tone and they don't press for go sing, go try harder. Yep. And then some just want that and they don't understand there has to be a finesse to get to. So Jimmy and Terry.
Yeah.
If you're gonna pick somebody,
The
you might as
guys.
well pick some of the greatest songwriters and producers of all time. It's great.
And they are so
They're your
awesome.
friends.
They are.
And they're your friends.
Isn't that awesome? That's awesome. Don't act like you don't know them. They know. They.
I know them, but they ain't done no song
Yeah.
for me.
I still chase them down too. Don't even think. about
Jimmy
it.
sent me a DM the other day.
What do you
Tell
say?
Jimmy it's up.
What do you want?
Tell Jimmy it's up if I don't get no song. On sight when I see him.
Wait. Let me say one thing before you play.
Yeah.
So I, of course, married Stephen Hill, and I know Stephen absolutely loves Jimmy and Terry. He loves music, period, but he especially has an affinity for Jimmy and Terry. So I asked them to co-write the song I Walk Down the Aisle to him on. So they did. So that was the song that is on my record that is going to be on the new record.
You gotta
Forever
be
in
kidding
Love.
me.
Ooh, we are pouring champagne.
I hope you are appreciative.
What's funny is he is the most supportive.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
he just gets overwhelmed with the love and the joy. And I'm
Yeah.
like, he cry more about it than I do.
No,
It's just, he's just like, it's just wonderful. And I'm like, it is, baby, it is. But I am so grateful to have someone who does appreciate and value
Absolutely.
not just Chanté on stage, but me at home for real, like literally Chanté at home. So
Shout out to
It's a
Steve.
blessing.
Shout out to my guy.
Hi,
Shout out to
Steve.
my bro. It's an R&B singer right there at heart.
He is in heart. Listen,
Good stuff,
if
Stephen
Stephen
Hill.
could sing,
Hey,
man, that would
Come
be a
on
mess.
now.
That would be competition in the house. If this one really
For
could, he'd be
sure.
like, listen, I got it. Oh, and would I be sure?
Y'all would have your own
He-
singing show in there. Yeah.
No, we
what?
would not. I'd be done. I'd be like, no, babe, I'm good. I'm good. Time out. Let's go home.
I ain't saying no names. 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 Who you was?
Hey!
Who you's with? What you did? Don't say shit. I ain't saying no names.
That boy good, ain't
He good. Good and terrible. Good and terrible.
Boy, daring.
he? He's daring.
He's daring.
So we're here now at the very important part of the show where you tell us a story, funny or fucked up, or funny and fucked up. The only rule to the game is Chanté can't say no name.
No name.
I have two stories that come to mind.
Come on, we're gonna take both.
One
of them. Give it to
is
us.
I was on this show and I had this full-length mink coat on, and I was supposed to come down the stairs and then start talking to the host. And I was coming down the stairs and I stepped on my own coat. And so I just rolled up into the coat and I couldn't get up because every step I made was on the coat that was on me.
Yeah.
And I sat there and the guys came and they lifted me up, and this particular person, which is really not like a bad thing, but she was like, oh, so you just gonna lay there like a diva and wait till they pick you up? And I was like, I didn't mean to, but I couldn't get up. So that was a funny story.
That is a funny story.
They just come get me.
I couldn't get my arm even
Only I
out of
was
it.
5'10".
Come get me.
So that's one. Another is somebody I worked with said I couldn't get a record unless I slept with them. And so I said no, and that was the end.
I never got the record.
So that was it. Are there any others? There's probably a bunch of them.
You really told a funny and a fucked up story. Shit.
Someone was going to sign me before I got signed, and they said, we'll take your songs, but not you. You're not that special, but we'll take your songs, though. I was like, well, they come with me, so no. That was long before I got signed.
We'll take your song.
They were like, if you want to be a writer.
Jesus. It's tough. This business is.
You better
for-
have a
for
thick
a
skin
woman.
and
For a
keep a
woman.
soft inside. That's the problem. is-
Because you're going to get judged both ways. You're going to be judged for giving in, and you're also going to be judged for standing firm on your morals. And so even in your no's, you have to figure out a way to make your no pleasant,
It doesn't matter.
which is
No.
which
it's
is,
just
I mean,
no.
I'm just saying.
To people that are in
it's-
power, no is no. It's,
it's-
they don't get what they want. So
Exactly, but just giving the nuance of how it works a lot in entertainment for women, that balance of saying no and still being able to get an opportunity.
I would have a different career if I said yes 4 or 5 times. I'd have a completely different career. Completely different. And I'm okay with not having that.
I mean, listen, the Chante Moore you are, we love and revere. And
I'm going to stand in that.
And we appreciate those choices. That is why you are who you are.
Keep your chin up.
Yes, ma'am.
If you ain't proud of yourself, nobody else going to be proud of you either.
That part.
I have to stand in my shoes.
Strong motherfucking J. Talk about it.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
I think we are just, we are just fans. We are just, I feel like we're family members, so
We
that goes
are,
without
we are.
saying. But
Yeah.
I think we're always of the mind of understanding and appreciating the value of the people that we rock with, and never taking that for granted, and never losing that respect for it. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing you here, you being here with us means something to us.
Absolutely.
Because to us, you are Chante Moore. Like that name means something. That mother. Listen, my great grandfather used to say, "Paul Lewis home now." It's a big motherfucking difference. And when you say Chante Moore, it just gets different because Chante Moore, and that'll never change for us. This will always be a place where if you lose a little bit of self-esteem, you come on to the R&B Money Pod, or you call one of us. We're gonna let you know exactly who and what you are, how important and how powerful and how impactful you are, and how needed you are. Your voice, your stories, your courage, your willingness to stand 10 toes down on who you are.
Yeah. Your comedy.
Your come on now.
For real.
Come on now. Like, incredible.
I feel the same way about both of you. Thank you for doing this. I'm just so proud of you all for moving out of what's your comfort zone as well and doing something completely. It's outside of that. It's inside R&B, but it's still different from what you all
there's some new
were.
shit.
No, it's new.
It's some new shit.
It's new.
I'm just saying, this is amazing.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's how can we be of service?
Yeah.
How can we help? And the universe will take care of the rest.
I love it.
It'll take care of the rest. But how can we have something that we all can stand on, that we all can be proud of, that we all can say, hey, we all collectively, because me and him can sit here and talk for hours, but we need special people in this seat right here.
Well, maybe R&B Money has to be the new Arsenio Hall. I'm just saying, it has to go from one place to the next place.
You're married to the guy who can,
that can consult us all the way where we need to go and
help
facilitate
oversee.
You heard your wife.
You heard your wife.
I always hear my wife.
But the thing is, I remember on BET, before he was there, I was the first person to sing live on BET. To have like a live singing like to the camera. It was me. First time. That's all. That's all
As we continue to talk, you just more cool shit.
More cool shit.
More
bars.
and more, which speaks to why you are
Chante Moore.
Chante Moore.
Thank you.
Incredible.
Thank you.
My name is Tank.
I'm J Valentine.
Hi, Jay.
And this is the R&B Money Podcast, the authority of all things R&B and apparently stand-up as well.
Yeah.
And, this has just been, for us, a special episode with a very incredible, special, gifted, beautiful, amazing human being. And she goes by the name of Chante Moore.
Yeah.